Hiya, this is Netty and welcome back to a rubbish ramble. So I know it has been a long time coming. I have been all over the place for my videos over the last few weeks, well, a few months with with moving a house, my computer breaking, getting a new computer, getting set up, some of my series, like not having them on Xbox as a save file anymore, and then with trips away and then being ill, which I still am now, and so everything has just been all over the place. So I do apologize that there's been some inconsistencies with my videos and things like that, but here we are, we're back. It's Rubbish Rambles. It's been a little while. Nice to see you again. So something really exciting happened this week. It was my I don't know why I did 6. See, this is so annoying. It was been my 3-year anniversary from when I started YouTube, and I had a video go up, and in that video, as I went to say, 3 years, I put up 2 fingers, and now I'm going 3, like 6 fingers. I'm like doubling the time I've had. So it's been my 3-year anniversary, so that was really cool. It's kind of quite special. It's been a long time. I can't believe how long it's been. It seems to have just flown by. I've not really had a chance to stop or think or anything of what's happening or happened. It definitely has been such a whirlwind experience, but it's been really cool. So this weekend, when you're watching this, I would have been to Leeds to an event at the museum, and that's going to be a really cool event. It's very sciencey, doing lots of experiments and things like that. I'm going there with Tomahawk, and Wizard Keen's going to be there. So that's going to be really good fun. And actually, it's done by the same people who, one of my first ever events, March of the Robots, which actually was one of my favourite events ever. It's done by the same people. So it's going to be almost like a blast from the past. So it's when you see this, I would have already been. But when I'm recording this, I've not been yet. I'm going tomorrow. So so that's the thing that's happening. So it's going to be a bit of a blast from the past. Quite excited. And it'd be nice. It would be nice to just chill out with Tom as well. We've not sort of really had whenever we've seen each other recently, it's always been in a large group, or we're doing loads of things, and we don't actually get a chance to actually hang out or catch up. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Aside from that, I can't think. I went home to see my family for about a week or so ago. We did a lot of games and stuff like that, played croquet in the garden. We actually had sunshine in the UK, which is it doesn't happen very often, so that was a nice treat. So I saw Ricky Gervais live, played croquet, played a really cool game. You could make this game if you want. You can do this, but we had the set. It's a game called Resistance, and you have so say if you've got 5 people, you would have 3 people who are part of the resistance, and they're the good guys. And then you would have 2 people who are the spies. And everyone's okay, so everyone shut your eyes. So you all sit there and you shut your eyes. And then it will be if you're the spy, open your eyes. And the spy would open their eyes. And there's 2 of them. They would look at each other and be oh, you're the other spy. And then they would shut their eyes again and be right, everyone open their eyes. So only the spies know the spies are the spies, if that makes sense. Oh, how they know they're the spy, they get given a card. So everyone, back to the start. Forget all that. So everyone gets given a card, and it will tell you whether you're a spy or resistance. So you'd look at it and be oh, I'm resistance, or I'm the spy. And you would do that, and then everyone shuts their eyes, open their eyes. And so it is the aim of the spies to ruin the missions, and it is the aim of the resistance to get successful missions. And it's almost I think you have 5 missions, and then if it was a fail or not, that team then gets a point. So say, for example, if I was the first leader, I would look around the room, and I might be oh, Lucy, I think that you're trustworthy. I'm going to take you on the mission with me. And so Lucy would come on the mission with me, and we would have a card each that says either fail or succeed. And because say if I was resistance, I would put down succeed, but if I was the spy, I might put down fail to try and fail the mission. But on different missions, you take different amounts of people. So I think the first 2 missions are with 2 people. The next 2 missions, I can't remember. maybe look up the rules online for resistance, but sometimes there's more people. So like for example, there was one mission that when I was a spy and I put down a succeed card to make people trust me. So they'll be like, oh, well, that mission didn't fail when Netty was in it, so we'll invite her on the next one. And then they bring me again, and then I could start failing it and then be like, oh, well, it's not me. Like, I've only had successful ones before now, and blah, blah, blah. And then you've got to kind of argue and try and work out who to take and stuff. And then the overall winner. The first game we played though, it was like everyone shut your eyes, and then it was like everyone open them. And Stampy kept his eyes closed for an extra few seconds and then opened them. And I was like, I think you're a spy, because I thought because he can be quite clever and he's quite competitive in games. I thought he purposely shut his eyes for longer, because if he was a spy, he would have opened them. And so when everyone opens their eyes, then his eyes would would still be open. But by him then shutting him and keeping it shut, he wanted to make sure everyone saw his eyes were shut. So I thought, like, that means he's the spy. He's doing that, like, trying to make sure everyone knows he had his eyes shut, like, as if, like, well, I have my eyes shut kind of thing. And so I was like, I'm going to throw it out here straight away, like, before we've even done anything. I think Stampy's a spy. And he was like, well, I think you're the spy. And because I'm not very good at lying or kind of covering up, or not even lying or covering up, if I'm getting accused of something, even if I know I'm telling the truth, I still just get like really guilty looking. And I genuinely was resistance. And he was like, well, I think Netty's a spy. And then this went on the whole game, and they were like, look, if you call her a spy, she just laughs. And I was just sat there like going red and giggling, even though I was resistance. And yeah, it went on. It turned out neither Stampy or I were a spy. And the whole game, he was like going like, I'm 99% sure Netty is a spy. Definitely a spy kind of thing. I was like, I'm not. It was bad. But yeah, so it's a really, really fun game. But it's very argumentative. I'm not going to lie. Like, you have to debate a lot. But it's really, really good fun. And once you kind of get the hang of the rules, like, because for us, we had a set. So it's all like laid out. So it would tell you this time, like this many people need to go on the mission. So you go around the circle choosing who, like, dependent who's the leader. So say if my mum was next to me, if I was the leader first, my mum would then be the leader on the next mission, and then she would pick people, and it would keep going round. One really good tactical one we did is so I knew that I was the spy, and I knew my dad was a spy who was right next to me, and I knew Squishy was the spy who was the one after that, because we had more people, so there was 3 spies. And so we all knew that we were the spies, and everyone shut their eyes. And I made my mum and my sister really trust me. So then they would take me on the missions, and I succeeded them. But because it's 5 missions we need to fail, I knew that it was then going to be me as the leader. And so it didn't matter. I could take anyone. I knew I was definitely going on that mission. And then I knew my dad was the spy and Squishy was the spy. And because we were all sat in a line, I knew we definitely had those 3. And I was like, just as long as I get picked by one of them, it was really, really good. So you've got to be quite tactical, and you've got to be sneaky. You've got to try not get caught and stuff. But yeah, so anyway, this has been a really long video talking about resistance. I promise this isn't a brand deal or anything like that. This is just a genuine thing I'm telling you about. But yeah, it was really good fun. And then I got my event in Leeds coming up. Got a few new series that have started. I think I've mentioned this before, that it's been going for a few weeks now. I've got my salty subscriber build challenge with Salem, where we have like a wall in the middle, and you guys get to comment and tell us what it is you want to see us build. We've got to build it, and then there's like a little poll in the video, and you can vote which one. I'm getting hiccups. You can vote which one you think should win. That's been really fun. I won the last one, but who knows how I'll do the next one. This one was quite funny. Salem's build is hilarious for this one. You got to go and have a look. There is also a link in the description if you want to watch both views at the same time. You click the link in the description, and so you can see both views, so you can see what we're both building at the same time. So that's really cool. But I'm really, really enjoying that series. So that's really fun to record. Another series I'm really enjoying recording. I've got so many series at the moment that I just genuinely love recording. Because sometimes, like, when a series has been going on for a while or something, sometimes it can feel almost like a bit like, oh, I've got to record that series today. or like I used to get it with Marvelous Mountain, because we used to have such a hassle with the world and the Nether and stuff, and so it almost became like a hassle. It was kind of like, oh, like I know it's going to take ages, like because I don't know if you guys know this, like Tom and I have we have admitted this before, I think in Big and Little Thoughts we mentioned it, our Nether in Marvelous Mountain, it didn't have a fortress in it. And so what we did was we had another world that had the Nether in it. So what we'd have to do is if we were going to the Nether, we'd be like, right, we're going to go to the Nether now. And we would cut the video. We would go in the portal and it would go, blah, 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 cut it, like, and then you wouldn't see any of this bit. We then leave the world, go into another world. We would have had to take a photo of everything that was in our hotbar, how much experience we had, everything like that. Take a photo of that. Go into the new world in creative, get everything we had, put it in our hotbar, and then go into survival, get into the Nether portal, it'll go blah, 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 and then we would walk out in the Nether, and then that's when the video would start again, and we'll be like, oh, we're in the Nether. And then if one of that's why we were always freaking out about if someone died in the Nether, because then we would have to cut it again, because obviously we would then spawn in the other world, not our normal world, and then spawn back at Marvelous Mountain, and then we would have to then be like, I'm coming back, go through the portal again, go back into the other world, and then in, and so it was always such a hassle. And then when we come out, we would then have to take another photo, see everything we got, any experience we got, and everything. So that was always such a hassle. So some series after a while it gets a bit like, oh, I don't want to do that one now. Like I can't be bothered for doing all that hassle. But my other series that I'm really enjoying is my series with Timmy, so Jimmy Solidarity, he's got loads of names. It's called like Place Race, and it's really fun. So what we do is, again, you guys can give us suggestions, but we've got a load of books and they've got different things on it. So I think so far we've got like, we've done Cookie Challenge, we're on Iron Golem, but there's stuff like enchantment table, a cake, I can't think of anything now, brewing stand, that's going to be a tough one. I'm trying to think, I've got pumpkin pie and stuff like that, all in a book, and they're in a dispenser, and we press a button, the book comes out, and then that tells us, like Timmy and I then go to our spawns, and we have to race each other to collect the resources, build the stuff, and get back and place it in the frame. Because even if I built the thing first, if Timmy's if I built it but was lost or really far away, and Timmy got back first and got his in there, he would win. So it doesn't matter who makes it first, you've got to get back with it. And so that's why it's really intense, and that's why it's called Place Race. So we have to rush back. So at the moment we're on the Iron Golem, and so we've had one episode of that so far. The next episode of that goes up tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. Yeah, so it's a really intense series, but really fun, and Jimmy's obviously really funny anyway. And the first challenge, the cookie challenge, we had to race to make a cookie. We've got our two spawns, they're like these platforms, and Timmy picked which one he wanted, and he said he wanted the one that was by the desert and stuff, and so I got left with the one that was like by the swamp. But where the first one was a cookie, there's a jungle right next to me, so I got cocoa beans straight away, and like I got back like loads before Timmy, and I was like, Timmy, guess what, I'm back. And he was like, what? Like, no, he like didn't believe me, he thought I was lying. So that was really fun. Spoiler alert, by the way. Should have maybe said that. Another series I've started is I've got a new like hardcore world, but I'm not allowed to make a house or anything, so I have to be on the move all the time. So I'm gonna have to decide, like I can't really keep anything, and like when I die, the world dies with me kind of thing. So that world is then gone. So say if I've got a load of food on me but my inventory's full, like I'm gonna have to pick things to ditch and stuff like that, because obviously where I'm not gonna have a house or a base, like I'm not gonna have chests and stuff. So that's gonna be intense, and I'm intrigued to know how that's gonna go and how long I'm gonna survive for. I'm not intending to survive that long, because I am gonna be doing some risky stuff. I'm still gonna be going to like the Nether and doing all that kind of thing, so that would be really good. It would be quite good to go to the end with that actually, but who knows. But anyway, this rubbish rambles has been quite a long rubbish rambles. I don't think I've had one this long in ages, since talking about the game Resistance. Oh, another game like Resistance, it's, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a wolf one, and it's the same kind of idea. So you all get a card, and whether you're a villager or a wolf pair or a wolf, and everyone shuts their eyes, the wolves open their eyes and stuff, and then they get to pick one person to be killed off. So say if I was the storyteller, I would be like, so in the village of Appletown, I don't know why Appletown, so I'll be like, in the village of Appletown, everyone went to sleep, and then everyone would shut their eyes, and it would be like, and the wolves open their eyes, and then they select someone they want to kill off. So they might point over to John, so they've pointed to John, and then that would be it. And then it would be like, and then when the town woke up, they found out John had been brutally murdered by the wolves, and everyone's like, oh no. And then everyone's got to try and work out who the wolves are. But you've got to be careful, because if you're too vocal, and if you're like, I think that person's a wolf, if that person is a wolf, you've all then got to go to sleep and then open the eyes, and then you might then be killed off. And so you've got to be careful. And also you can have different characters, like, so there's like the peeping person. So when everyone shuts their eyes and the wolves are picking who they can kill off, the child can peep, but if you get caught peeping, they're obviously then going to kill you off, and then you can't say anything. But if you can do it secretly, and I'll be like, oh look, there's Derek's, he's a wolf, and then I'll be like, okay, and open the eyes, and I'll be like, I think Derek's a wolf. But you're not allowed to say that you're the peeping person. And if you're the huntsman, you can take someone with you. So if you get killed off, you can be like, well, I think that person's a wolf, so I'm going to take them with me. And then you've got to kill off all the wolves, basically. But yeah, so that's a really fun game. It's really good. But anyway, that's it for Rubbish Rambles. Rambling is over. Make sure you check out my 3-year anniversary video. It's me saying thanks, and I've put in my awkward channel trailer and some of my first video with like Tomahawk and stuff. It is the cringiest video ever. But anyway, enough of that. I will see you all next week. Bye.